Council, March 5th, 2024. Sub roll call.
Mayor Truman,
Here.
Councilmember Colbert, Councilmember Wilson,
Here.
Councilmember Bass,
Here.
Councilmember Anderson,
Here.
Councilmember Gregory, here, Councilmember Kerstetter,
Here.
Councilmember Evans,
Here.
Councilmember Stam.
Here. They'll stand for the invocation. And to continue to stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Father God, we come before you this evening thanking you for all you do for us, God. We thank you for this community in which we live. Lord, I want to lift up each and every council member. I want to lift up the mayor, the administration here in the city hall, our police department, fire department, all those people who make this city so great. Lord, I just pray that you'll continue to have your hand upon them, guide them. Lord, may you give them wisdom for the decisions that are being made. Lord, may you just help the people of this community and guide them, Father, as we look to the best interest of those around us. Lord, be with us this week. May we enjoy this weather that you have given to us. And Lord, as more people are getting out about, that we will just be able to share and with one another the kindness and goodness that comes from you, God. Again, we thank you for the city of Valley Center, and may you uphold it. And may it continue to be a great place to live and work and enjoy life together. It's in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, approval of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as
Somebody had it.
request that we move consent agenda item F, KDOT right-of-way forms to new business for discussion.
That a motion?
Yeah, motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to move consent agenda item F, KDOT right-of-way forms up into the new business. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Excuse me. Yes or no?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Okay,
Do we have to approve
Yeah,
it
you
as
still need to approve
amended?
it.
As amended?
yes.
Right.
Yes. Now we
Move to
Okay.
approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the September 20th, 2024 meeting as amended.
No.
No, excuse me, that's wrong. The agenda moved down too far. All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now, moving on to the agenda.
And minutes.
Minutes, Mayor.
We have a motion to approve.
Move to approve the minutes of the February 20th, 2024 regular council meeting as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to the presentations and proclamations.
Good evening, Mayor Truman and members of council. As you know, here at the city, we like to partner with a lot of different organizations, whether it be the school district or the rec commission or other private organizations. And two of our closest partners that we work with on a regular basis are the Valley Center Chamber of Commerce and Main Street Valley Center. Both of these are nonprofit organizations that we partner with throughout the year. And so what we are going to start in 2024 is at the end of towards the end of every quarter, invite representatives to come from those two organizations and just provide a status report of what's going on in the organization and how we might be able to better partner together. So with us tonight, we have Allison Clubb with the Chamber of Commerce and Chris Strunk with Main Street Valley Center. So I will turn the time over to Allison and then Chris to provide updates. And that is the purpose of the partnership updates this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. The Chamber, we are working on a new website. If you haven't checked that out, that's been a big update for us. We've changed the format and moved a lot of things online, including our forms, our Chamber memberships, our events, and different forms of payment for accepting those online rather than just doing paper forms and checks and cash. So that's been a big change and something that we've been working on since the 1st of January when that rolled out. The other thing that we wanted to take a look at coming into the new year are member benefits, what benefits the Chamber is offering to our members. And on that website, the profile for the businesses have been expanded and it gives a lot more information. If you go to the website and you look up the businesses on their contact information, what they have to offer, their location, there's also a place where the business can enter their information. Member news is what it's called. So if they have updates on projects, I know the city, when they created their profile, that's one thing that going on at that time was the Meridian street updates. And then there's also an area where job positions can be added. So if a business has any positions open, there's a job board that they can post open positions on that. The other big events that we have going on, we're going to be working with the Lions Club and the library with the spring party coming up in March 30th that they do every year at the library. Garage sales, citywide garage sales are in April. And then we have our Chamber Classic golf tournament coming up in May 17th. So that's our big events and what's going on at the Chamber. Stand for any questions?
Allison, I would love to hear a report after the garage sales to see if you have more people partaking in that with your electronic payment now instead of having to do that in person.
So far, I've gotten mixed reviews, but I will have something for you.
Gina?
I just was looking at the Valley Center app while you were talking, and I wonder if you're keeping the updates going on that as well.
On the Valley Center app. My understanding on the Valley Center app is under the Chamber, it should directly connect to our website. So
I think it does.
then that should be current because our website is being currently updated. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What weekend is the citywide garage sale in April?
April 18th through the 20th. So that would be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Thank you.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Mayor Truman and council members, I'm Chris. I'm president of the Main Street Valley Center board, and Gina's on our board also, Councilman Gregory, and then Ryan's our executive director of it. So shaping up to be a busy spring in downtown Valley Center. We got Farmers Market is right around the corner. We start the first Thursday in May, and that'll go first and third Thursdays through October. Times are 4 to 8 p.m. through August, and then September and October we end at 7 p.m. So if you haven't been, I'd invite you to come down and make plans to do that. Besides the dozens of vendors, I think we've got over 35 last year vendors. So not all of them come at once, but we've had weeks where many of them have shown up, and it's a real fun time. But besides those, we have live entertainment, some local music groups and musicians, and we also have a community partner each time. For example, Valley Center Animal League and Valley Center 4-H, and the Animal League brought some cats down to adopt, and they found some homes for them. And then, of course, the 4-H did they brought some chickens down and did some things. Anyway, it's just kind of more entertaining than just walking around and shopping. So that's kind of the value we add to it. So it's a lot of fun. So please make plans to do that. It starts first Thursday in May. We're also starting our planter contest. Main Street Valley Center owns about a dozen flower pots along Main Street, and we get businesses to sponsor individual ones, and they plant their flowers and they upkeep them, and then we have judges go around during Fall Fest and vote for the best 3, and then we give them some chamber or some Main Street bucks and for doing that, and it really helps beautify Main Street. So be watching for that. Spring planting's right around the corner. Of course, we're doing our Main Street Bucks program where we sell Main Street Bucks as gifts and stuff, and they're good for participating businesses here in Valley Center. We also have the Veterans Banners application period right now. The banners that we hang up along Main Street on the light posts. With the applications are due through by March 15th. So we have about 3, I think, new ones going to go up this year. So we're excited about that. We're in the process of updating our website. We've got a Main Street Enhancement Grant program that we do every year. We're going to get ready to, in the next couple of months, kick that off, where we do matching grants for facade improvements, paint, that sort of thing on some of the buildings downtown. So we're going to get that started. And then, of course, we're working all the time with our state and national Main Street organizations to use their resources to help us be a better organization. And we're spending a lot of time with Ryan's help doing that as well. So, yeah, we have a lot of things going on Main Street. I'm glad to bring them to you, and hopefully through this process, you'll meet some of our other board members as well. So I know you guys are tired of seeing me from around here too. So anyway, if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer it.
Clint?
Any thoughts on bringing the food truck night back again? Or?
There has been. We did talk about that at our last meeting. There seems to be some appetite for that, so to speak. And so we did it for a couple of years, and then a lot of organizations kind of caught on to that and started doing their own. And so we thought it'd kind of run its course for us. But I think it might need to be revived too. So yeah, there has been talk about that.
Good. I hear a lot of people that want that to come back. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was fun. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you guys know how to get a hold of me if you ever have any questions. All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to public forum. Is there anyone here from the public that would like to address the council on any item that's not on the agenda? Okay. Moving on down to old business. Resolution 748-24, the update of the city boundary map.
Okay, both City Administrator Clark and City Engineer Shear did look at that resolution for the boundaries. This is only for anything that was annexed into the city prior to December 31st of 2023. As we do new annexations each year, we will need to pass new resolutions, but the county is wanting this updated so that they have the current boundaries of the city. So no, it does not include anything down on that South Meridian. It won't until it is actually annexed in. So it probably is not going to include the project over on the west side of town that was controversial. So, because that was not officially annexed until the new year. So we will do this each year we have annexations. So that was the information that we received.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I make a motion to adopt resolution 748-24 describing the City of Valley Center boundaries.
Second.
Have a second, motion and a second to approve the resolution 748-24. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify for raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign, motion carried. Moving on to new business. Public comments of special assessments. See that we have any?
We open it at 7:16.
Oh, yeah, okay. We open the public comments at 7:16. And there's no comments, so we'll close it. 7:17. Moving on to the ordinance 1403-24, the levy of special assessments.
Clayton Kelly is here to speak on behalf. If you have any questions, and he'll go through the process that we're needing to approve the ordinance. And
Is there any questions? Gina?
Yes. Why do we need to waive the first reading?
Can you repeat that?
Why do we need to waive the first reading?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm just now made aware of this. So waive the first reading of ordinance. So essentially tonight allows for you to move forward with, so you had just had the notice of hearing for special assessment for property owners. Now moving forward, you essentially have until as a property owner, March 22nd to make any prepayments. Otherwise, if you do not make those prepayments for your special assessment notice, we'll then include that through a bond financing. In regards to the ordinance of 1403-24 being waived, it sounds like, I'm sorry, I just wasn't aware of the reasoning for that.
Oh, yeah, please go to the
We often have two readings of the ordinance. In fact, that's the preferred way of doing things. But we do occasionally waive that first reading if there was some reason, such as anticipated interest rate changes that might adversely affect the city. And that would be one reason to waive it. I don't know if that discussion came up with you and Brent, but and that's a possibility that I see that could occur if we think the interest rates would be better in the short term than having it over a couple of weeks. I just don't know how you view those things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have not been completely in the loop on all of this. I believe it's a timing issue with regard to when the first part of it was mailed out, and then they have so many days to have then the public hearing. So we're now at the public hearing, and then they have so many days to pay off those special assessments. If we did do two readings, that's going to throw it clear into the next month. And I think that is primarily the reason. Is it's a ordinance that those resolutions that are up there, it's already granted the authority. This is just now putting the special assessments on the properties.
You want me to make a recommendation, Mayor? That'd be helpful.
That answered my question.
Any other questions? I think that's good.
Yeah,
Barry.
these spatial assessments are the are the assessments that have been determined by our engineer to be the proper cost for each lot. Those things, as Gilmore and Bell would tell you, have all been petitioned for by the developer. The purpose of the hearing tonight was to see if anyone had any objection to the specific assessment that they were mailed. Nobody's shown up to protest that. So this ordinance would make those proposed assessments final and would allow the people their 30-day pay-in period that they have. Failing to have that pay-in met, then we would put those debts up for bond sale and Gilmore and Bell and all that. That's basically the way it works.
I asked Brent, and he said that it's a standard process for when we do these assessments. So it sounds like this is something we do every time. That's what he said.
Yep. Thank you, Barry. We have a motion to approve.
Motion to waive first reading of ordinance 1403-24 and approve ordinance 1403-24 to levy special assessments to pay the costs of internal improvements.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the ordinance 1403-24, the levy of special assessments. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item C, review selection of the vendor for the 2024 mowing and debris abatement service.
Good evening again. So as you know, the deadline for submitting proposals was last Friday, March 1st. Unfortunately, we did not receive any, so we have extended the deadline for contractors to submit proposals. So that new deadline is now March 22nd. That has been amended on the city website on the RFP that was approved by council last month. And so after March 22nd, hopefully we receive some bids and then those will be presented to council for final approval.
Okay, any other questions?
Again, if you know of anyone that works in that field, please direct them to the city website or have them contact myself or Bill Andrews, and we can get them more information that way. But again, the new deadline is now noon on March 22nd.
Do we need a motion to table this or just?
No, this is just so it's an update
Just kind
and
of an
it'll
update.
come back before you again in April.
Is that it?
There was nothing to make a motion on.
All right.
so.
Yeah, it's just more for information that we have extended the deadline to hopefully receive some bids.
All right. Is that information on our website?
Yes. So on the city's website, there is an RFP section. It's under the business tab. And so if you know of anyone, you feel free to send them to my office or to Bill's office, or you can reference them to the city's website, which is where the official RFP is posted.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item D, approval of the live insertion of 3 water valves at Second and Meridian. Rodney?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of council. So as it says there in my memo, so in order to cut the new water line over at Second and Meridian, we were needing to shut down. There's an old 10-inch water line that runs across Second Street and then shut down part of the 12-inch to the south. And staff spent the better part of a day trying to turn valves and never gained good confidence that we had water flow shut down. So another option is to have a vendor come in that can actually live insert a valve without shutting the water down. And so in essence of time to keep the project going, we went ahead and okayed that. We've got 2 of them installed today, and hopefully we'll have the 3rd installed tomorrow, but we needed to bring this before you to ratify that purchase, that emergency purchase, due to timing and not delaying the project.
Dale?
So you just said it was an emergency decision?
Well, it was, due to not delaying the project any further.
Okay. I feel like $60,000 is kind of steep for a post-haste kind of approval. I know it might be a drop in the bucket for other cities, but it feels like it's a little high, but
I'm assuming it was done safely. I'm assuming this was done safely since you've already done two today, correct?
It would have been very unsafe to try to do.
No, I
this.
mean, it was done today safely.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes, absolutely.
Anybody else? Just, okay. Dale?
Oh, no, it's-
Oh, that's Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I just had a quick question, and maybe you already covered this, but the 60,000 covers those two you already put in?
Yes, yes. And as far as, this is outside the project, I should have mentioned that. So the cost of this will come out of the water reserve fund. So it will be paid for completely outside of the project.
All right, thank you.
We get a motion to approve?
I move to approve the purchase of 3 inline valves from Pearson Construction in an amount of not to exceed $60,000. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the live insertion of 3 water valves. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to the added KDOT right-of-way forms.
Okay, the forms before you this evening, so through all the right-of-way acquisitions that we went through for the Meridians project, so as this is KDOT, partially KDOT funded, so we went through and we were to pick out one of those purchases, one address, and we were in a meeting with Representative Matt Graham from KDOT and an individual from the Federal Highway Administration to review our procedures and review how we went about and forms that we use for these right-of-way acquisitions. And so, and it was made aware that they would have preferred us using these actual forms. So we were asked to fill out these forms, the approved forms for this one address, bring it forward to you, and then in the future, we'll have to follow these procedures for right-of-way acquisition.
So,
Dale?
so this was more of a KDOT preferred the forms that they
Yes.
gave you rather than the ones that we did.
Yes.
And it was,
Yes, and then.
I'm assuming, is this the same information on both forms?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Ridiculous, but I just wanted just
This is what we
clarification.
were asked to do.
No, and all the reason I wanted to be put on the new business is for clarification.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was, it needed to be clarified to us too, believe me.
Yeah,
through the
well, and
review process.
so, okay. And we're going to add these to future, like you said.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And so in future, we can use these forms and
Perfect.
these procedures.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So basically what we'll need to do is at the end of the night, we'll have the mayor sign both forms and then we'll send them back to our KDOT representative so we can complete the review process.
Okay.
Move to approve KDOT right-of-way forms as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the KDOT right-of-way forms. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Moving on to consent agenda.
Motion to accept consent agenda as amended.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as amended. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to staff reports.
All right. Again, this is just I'll be brief, but this is just a plug. This weekend is the home show. So first want to thank the volunteers from City Council as well as other organizations from the school district for taking time out of their schedule this weekend to help with our booth. Our booth, in case you would like to know, is booth number 314. So we are at 314. And at our booth, we feature information about our new subdivisions. We feature information about the housing incentive programs and our school district. We also have a wonderful gift basket that was put together by our very own Stacy Shea. And so we'll have the gift basket drawing where people can enter to win the gift basket that features products and information from local Valley Center businesses as well. So again, the home show runs from Thursday through Sunday down at Century 2. So if you have a free afternoon or would like to go check out our booth, feel free to do so. And then we will do a Facebook Live video next Tuesday to do the drawing for the gift basket. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Neil? Okay. Lloyd? Rodney? He's getting up again. Oh.
So as you, I could stand for any questions in my staff reports. We did have a sewer main backup on Monday night along Fieldstone and Goff. We were able to get it cleared. They found a manhole with a significant amount of tree roots in there, and some of those came unlodged and got down in the main, which caused a backup. We were able to get, our staff was able to go back the next day and get all those tree roots cleaned out of that manhole. So in order to keep that from happening again. We did have one resident that had a backup into their basement. We reported that to KDHE following all the procedures that we're supposed to follow, because that's reported as what's called a bypass. That's we reported that to KDHE. A little more on those valves. So when you're trying to shut water down and valves aren't working, your only other option is to keep going out further and further and further, shutting out more and more and more valves and shutting out more and more and more people. And so, you know, after they had staff had exercised probably better than 30 valves, we came to the decision probably better look at another option. It is a very specialized procedure. These live insertions, I realize it's very expensive, which is why you don't choose to do it.
Well, my other concern was the safety.
And this is I have taken many pictures during the installation of this today. And I plan to put together a document with those pictures to explain the whole process. It's very fascinating. It's a very safe procedure that they use. The whole time it's keeping the water contained, the whole time there's no elements. Pretty fascinating. Any other questions?
Not on the report. Is there any update on the turn signal southbound at Maiden Meridian to somehow get that disabled, or even the motion sensor since no traffic can come that way?
So you're talking about the turn lane on those?
Yeah, so southbound Maiden Meridian, on Meridian, that light, the turn signal goes, and so you'll sit there and wait, 30
Yeah,
seconds
I haven't
sometime.
done that yet, but we'll get them called
Okay.
in. I'll see if I can get that.
Okay, thank you.
turned off. Yep.
Any other questions? Thank you, Rodney.
Yep.
City engineer, Shear, he's not here. Barry, you have anything? Chrissy?
I have nothing.
And Barry's on a ship somewhere. Moving on to the
He's
governing
watching.
body reports. I don't have anything except I hope the city administrator don't come back sunburned. I know he's listening, so I had to throw that
I've gotten
in.
texts from him.
Did you?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Okay.
Stay on vacation.
Ron,
I have only one thing tonight, just to make people aware. This is the time of year when the senior fund, for the senior citizens, homes, and projects is due up. And the Sedgwick County had already said that they shall do an annual tax not to exceed 1 mil. That's always been 1 mil for the last, I believe it was 10, 12 years. This is going to be a problem for them this year because senior citizens need, centers need more money than what they're getting. And there'll be an argument tomorrow. If anybody's interested, try to watch it. VOCC is going to have their meetings, a weekly meeting, and I guarantee you it's going to be one of the subjects that's going to be on it. Thank you.
Councilman Wilson,
I have nothing, Mayor.
Councilman Bass,
Nothing from me.
Councilman Anderson.
Have nothing.
Tina?
Just a reminder that the Sedgwick County Association of Cities is meeting this Saturday, the 9th, in Sedgwick at Sodality Place at 8:30 a.m. Please come if you can, council members.
Yeah, Al?
I have nothing.
Chris?
I have nothing, sir.
Matt?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, signify by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign.